Hello and welcome back to a very fancy slice of Britain. Because for 20 points in spring of Series 32, you can go ahead and grab yourself the Jaguar F-Type SVR. I'm not sure what the SVR stands for, but I'm sure someone will know. This thing has 575 brake horsepower, 516 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs a whopping 3,760 pounds. So it's very, very hefty, but it does have a 5-litre, I believe, V8. And it looks pretty cool indeed, much like the regular F-Type that we also do have in the game, but this one I think stands out because it's got a different spoiler, it's got a lot of exhaust, and some fancy reverse lights too. Going to the inside, you can see we've got a little screen down to our right, and we've got a lot of dials in front of us. And now let's go ahead and take a listen to that 5-litre engine. Alrighty, here we are now at the upgrade shop. We're going to jump straight to conversion, straight to engine swaps, and see we've got 4 available. We've got a 5.2 litre V10, we've got ourselves a racing 3 litre inline-6 turbo, we also have a racing V12 alongside a 7.7 litre V12 as well. This thing does start out all-wheel drive, but you can go ahead and make it rear-wheel drive if you want to go ahead and slide this thing around corners, which we'll be doing a little bit later on in this video. Although to be fair, I'm pretty sure I can drift this thing even all-wheel drive. So going to aero and appearance, we've got ourselves a Forza aero for the front, which is just a bit to be honest with you. And then to the back, we've got another Forza wing as well. We will get Forza aero one day that, actually looks good, right? Is that going to happen, or am I just daydreaming? In the meantime, we've got ourselves a tune made by our resident tuner, Big Macintosh 762, called Subscribe to Tech, which you should totally do. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and haul up the share code. Feel free to go ahead and download that tune for yourself, which I'm about to do about now. So with that tune, we are now just a shade above £3,000 with 721 brake horsepower and only 53,400 credits. Well, 450 if you want to be specific. So going over to the paint shop, going to advanced, we've got ourselves nothing in advanced like normal, and manufacturer colours, we've got ourselves a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is not too bad at all. Also, if you heard something go off in the background, my phone got a notification as I was recording this. Now that orange does look pretty cool, so I think that's what we're going to go with. So honestly, this car does look pretty cool indeed, and I'm pretty sure I actually got to see one of these a while ago. I'm not sure if it's the SVR version or not, but either way it did look pretty cool. And speaking of SVR, I did actually go and have a look at what that stood for. Apparently it is Special Vehicle Rating, which is actually pretty cool, I guess. It also goes with Land Rover cars too, apparently, according to the internet. Don't know if that's true or not, but Land Rover owners, let me know. And away we go! I'm pretty sure that BMW nearly started in reverse. There's a lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of engines. It is very, very loud in my headphones, so I'm definitely going to have to turn that down in editing. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Hopefully try and get this thing to the first place that it deserves. And apparently we're also identifying it as a lawnmower, considering we just cut like half the corner back there. I've got a feeling that this one's going to be a little trickier to get first place on, because although it is a good car with a good tune, everything else is really close and we just got absolutely pushed into the wall. Rude. In the meantime, while we go ahead and try and battle our way back up to first again, because everybody else decided to push me in a wall, this thing in retail can sell for around $151,000 US. Now I'm not sure what that is in pounds sterling, but hopefully I'll put that up on screen in editing right about here. Now, while the F-Type has had a pretty good production run, in fact I believe it started roughly around 2018, they apparently intend to discontinue the F-Type in 2024, which is this year. It's kind of scary if I'm honest with you, because as far as I'm aware, Jaguar wants to go for this sort of all SUV kind of market, which is a little bit sad really. Alright, here we are now at 95%. We have got one more turn to go. There is a car very, very close to us, but it will not matter because we have got ourselves across the finish line with a rather nice first place and a time of 1 minute 55. Okay, here we are now back once again in the upgrade shop. Now at this point, I'd usually go ahead and start throwing on a few upgrades. In fact, apparently this thing is supercharged, which I did not know. But, well, I would make this thing into a bit of a drag build, but it's kind of been done already. Because if you'd have said that our resident tuner has made a build for this car already, then you'd be very much correct. Here is the share code. Let's go ahead and just bring that up quickly. Feel free to go ahead and use that on your own car too. And I'm going to go ahead and install it on my own as well. So here we are now. This thing is at £2,800 with 1,270 brake horsepower, essentially 1,300, which is absolutely insane, and all that for only 96,000 credits. So let's go ahead and install. And you know what? Let's give this thing a little change of colour too. Yeah, I think that works. Alrighty, here we are now over at the back of the Festrol. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a wheelie check. Do we get anything? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Wow, I was not expecting that. Although to be fair, it's a tune by Mac, I probably should have expected that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get ready to launch. We'll go on launch control, and away we go. Now, I was told by Mac not to use launch control, but we like to be a little bit of a rebel here sometimes. Let's go ahead and see what we get through the camera. Hopefully it's something good considering the sheer amount of power we've got. 202 through the camera and into the sandstorm at 223. And now I cannot hear a thing. If I hear one joke about sandstorm, I'm probably not going to do anything, let's be honest. And now here is the fun bit, because we get a chance to go ahead and build this up for ourselves for once. And of course, you know, we're probably actually going to slap in the 7.7 litre V12. And yes, we're going twin turbo. And a crucial part for this car, we're putting on some semi-slicks, and we are of course making them a lot wider indeed. In fact, how wide can we go? 325s. Yep, we're doing that. So after all our upgrading, we're now sat at 3,071 pounds, 1,307 brake horsepower, and we are quite a fair ways to the rest too. And probably about to get the largest speeding fine in all of Forza history. However, because we've built this car up ourselves, I've got to go ahead and sit here and tune the whole thing. This might take a while. Okay, is it going to take my input? You can hear me spamming A like crazy, it's not taking it. So with that issue now fixed, we've got the Ferrari FXXK, we have got the Grit Reapers t-shirt, we have got the silver leather boots, the Ford Escort RS 1800 built by Hoonigan, which does look pretty cool indeed. We've also got the spin emote, the Horizon Super Wheel Spin, and the regular Horizon Wheel Spin as well. And now it's time to find out this thing's top speed. Alrighty, here we are now at the edge of the motorway, so let's go ahead and get ourselves on some good old-fashioned launch control, and away we go. That launch was a bit all over the place, but we'll get there eventually. Let's go ahead and see what top speed we get out of this thing. I'm aiming for at least probably 230, considering this thing has a stupid amount of power, but it's also very, very heavy, so I guess we'll just have to go and see what we get. Okay, out of the speed zone we go at 257.55, which is way above my estimate, which is absolutely insane. And we are still accelerating as well, 265, and we've got a downhill and speed camera still to go. And speaking of the camera, there it is, 265, going downhill, 267, 268, do we get anything more than that? 269. This thing is stupid quick. Genuinely, I actually really like this car. However, now we know it's quick in a straight line, is it quick going sideways? Well, there's only one way to find out, so let's go ahead, throw this thing into our usual drift zone and see what we get. Hopefully it's something pretty good. We are very sideways, and out the drift zone at 38,696 points. To be fair, with something like this, I'm actually genuinely kind of impressed. Alrighty, let's go back the other way now for round number 2. This thing is £3,000, yet I'm still able to drive it like it's a tiny little Japanese Nissan Silvia, which is incredible. 32,486 points going out of the drift zone on round number 2, which is not as much as the first time round, but it's still pretty good indeed. Finally, the dust storm's gone away, I can drive this direction. So that is the Jaguar F-Type SVR. It's a pretty cool looking car indeed, and the best bit is it's only 20 points and it will take you roughly around half an hour to go ahead and get for yourself. There's also a lot of potential for upgrades on this thing, which is absolutely brilliant, and I would definitely recommend going ahead and grabbing one of these. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I'll go ahead and see you all in the next one. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Seg out. See ya. And 150k, not bad.